when the sun goes down and the lights fade out, I wonder to myself if it's really my dreams. I'm losing control.
People of the world, good morning. It's Sunday and I've not recorded a single thing this week for my vlog, so I guess today's going to be just a bit of a weekly update, just some thoughts, feelings, ponderings and that sort of shit. So I've just woken up, well, not just woken up, been awake since like 7ish, it's like now 20 past 8. Got up, checked in, I'm now doing 3 rounds of posing for each of the federations I will be competing in. So 3 rounds of posing, and I just got dressed now. And we're gonna have a snack and we're gonna go out, get our steps, and I'm gonna film this vlog. So I'm hoping kind of to get the majority of my steps done today. Sort of now this morning, Jack was up watching the UFC and came to bed as I was kind of like waking up, so I'm not gonna rely on him for a walk. So we're gonna get our steps, we're gonna have a catch up, and yeah, I'm gonna kind of fill you in. Not that this week has been like super eventful, but it kind of has been eventful, so I'm just gonna update everybody on why I've barely made the time to pick up the camera. See you in a bit. So breakfast has been had, just out on a walk. I'm walking by the river. Never actually walked this far in this direction, so I'm not too sure where it's gonna take me, so we'll just go on an adventure. Hopefully, because it's recorded, I'll be able to trace my steps back if I do get lost. Anyway, let me take my spectacles off because the reflection is always super annoying. So yeah, so it has been, God, what a week. I don't even know where to start. So I checked in on Monday, and obviously my body weight had gone up last week, which was exciting. So obviously took my recording on Sunday, checked in on Monday, everyone was happy, looking good. Obviously highest average my body weight has ever held, which again is unknown territory. Always exciting, always a little bit terrifying. And on Monday, actually when I stepped on the scales, I was even heavier. So scales had gone up and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So it was fine, trained, no changes made. And then on Tuesday, woke up, my body weight had gone up another half a kilo to like the highest it has ever been, and I was like, oh right, okay. But I kind of knew, well, I was super stressed because on Tuesday I had to go into the hospital to the colposcopy section. I had an appointment with colposcopy, so for the guys or for the people without a cervix listening in, colposcopy is basically where you go when your smear test is abnormal. So I have had, I want to say, apologies for the TMI, but I think it's important to state. So I've had 3 smear tests in my lifetime. The first time I was 21, and this is when they were still doing smear tests at that age in Scotland. I think they've pushed the age of the first smear test back to 25. Anyway, so I got my first smear test done when I was 21, and they came back funky. But they were like, oh, you know, it's probably because of your age. Nothing to be worried about. And I was like, okay. So then got my next one. Oh, when would it have been? I think it would have been like middle of 2019. Something like that. And anyway, my cells came back abnormal again. And they were like, right, well, you're going to have to come back for a checkup in 6 months' time. And I was like, okay, cool. So 6 months later, would have been January 2020, I started my new job. And because I was working 9 to 5, I just didn't prioritize getting to the doctors. And I can't remember if my smear test was due like earlier, like I can't quite remember, because I don't know if it was excuse me, gosh, that my smear test was due in the likes of September, October, and I didn't go because I was on prep and I just couldn't be fucked, which is really not the right attitude to have towards it at all. But anyway, so I had to go back for my smear test, but I never went back for my smear test for my 6-month checkup. And then coronavirus happened. And so by the time I went and got it redone, like my 6-month follow-up, it must have been like a year late. So it must have been 18 months late, something like that, which is not great. Not something I'm proud of. And if you are in a similar situation, needing to go back for your smear test, or have received a letter to get your smear test, gotta get it done. And honestly, don't wait, it's daft. But anyway, so let's turn around. So I went back to get my smear test follow up in October, and a month later I got a letter saying that my cells had come back abnormal, that they'd found traces of HPV, so the human papilloma virus, in my cervix. Sending all this fucking paperwork, which was terrifying. And this is when we were obviously still living in Edinburgh, and they said that I would receive a letter in like 8 weeks time with a referral to colposcopy for the Royal Infirmary in Edinburgh. So for those of you who don't know, that's like one of the main hospitals in Edinburgh, super busy, super huge, covers a ridiculous area. And obviously this was November, so Jack and I knew that we were in the process of buying a house to move to the Borders. So I was like, fuck, what if they give me this appointment and I'm not here, or I miss it? Anyway, like this whole fucking stress in my head. So anyway, I left it. It wasn't like uber worried, but I was kind of worried. So then we moved to the Borders, and then I got redeployed to the Gritters. And my plan had been to go and register with the doctor like as soon as sort of the Christmas holidays and that were gone, but we all went into lockdown. So of course I wasn't too sure what the crack was with that. Then I went back to work, and anyway I kept putting off / forgetting to go to the doctors and register. So I got that done, and then it was another few weeks until I actually pulled my finger out and phoned, and I was like, hi. This must have been like, so I had a colposcopy appointment this week. So I phoned the doctor Monday of the week before, something like that, spoke to a nurse. And I was like, so this is the situation. I'm not too sure. I was obviously panicking because I was like, fuck, I have left this so late. It's like basically the fucking, it's the end of February. But of course I don't heard anything back from the doctors, and I knew just with COVID and everything that my colposcopy appointment would not have been 8 weeks in Edinburgh. I was probably gonna have to wait for longer, and I was like, fuck, like what am I gonna do? Anyway, phoned the nurse. She was amazing. Oh my god, like thank fuck for the NHS, I swear to god. So grateful. Anyway, so I spoke to the nurse, and she was like, yeah, that's totally fine, don't worry about it. I'm gonna make an urgent referral to colposcopy, which of course the word urgent sent me into panic. But she was like, you don't have to worry about it, it's like a minor procedure, blah blah. So anyway, I was like, okay, cool. Kind of expecting that it would take, I don't know, about 2 weeks to hear back from the hospital, but no, 4 days later, well in fact I spoke to her on Monday. On Thursday I got a letter from the hospital being like, you've got an appointment with colposcopy next Tuesday. And I was like, ah. So yeah, like within the week pretty much I was seen. But of course, me being me, I was really worried. The paperwork that they'd given me kind of explained like what the procedure was, and my understanding was that I was going to go in, they were kind of going to examine my cervix, see what the fuck was on there, and if like, well, because they knew I had HPV, that they would take a biopsy, which is basically clipping off a part of your cervix, and sending that to a lab, and then they would also do like an actual procedure there and then to like eliminate all the funky cells that could like lead to cancer, which didn't sound fun. And of course in my head I was like, oh my god, what if I can't have babies, because I would like to be a mother in the future, like I'm gonna die, like what if I have to get a hysterectomy? Like I'm not even joking, like I was so stressed. So of course my training on Monday was shit. My training on Tuesday, I mean, I'm surprised, did I cry? I nearly cried a couple of times during my session. So yeah, I was very stressed. I was not in a good headspace. My sleep was awful. Finished training, had food on Tuesday, and then I just like
went back to bed and just lay there like a corpse. Because I just felt awful. Like just stressed. But I didn't sleep. I was just like awake panicking. So anyway, went to the hospital on Tuesday and they were lovely. So nice. And all they did was just take the biopsy and that was it. Like, I thought I was going to be there for an hour, like get the fucking anesthetic, like the whole fucking shabam, like bleeding for 4 weeks. Honestly, this paperwork that they give you is not, it's not anti-panic, that is for sure. Anyway, as I was saying, this paperwork, yeah, it was not pleasant to receive. But anyway, so the doctor was super nice. They basically explained that that I really shouldn't be worried, that they didn't have to do anything major, that they were going to send this up to the lab, and that they weren't expecting like anything from it, just like kind of basically, yeah, HPV's there, but it was like super low grade. Anyway, I don't have cancer. I don't have to get a hysterectomy. But the stress of that just left me exhausted. Just the panic, and it's, I always say I try to practice what I preach, but fuck me, like no amount of meditation, rationalization was a way to help me with that. But hey, it got done. So bottom line, if you have a cervix, make sure you get your smear tests when required. If you get a call back, go to the fucking callback on time. Don't be like me. Not that it would have made a difference, I don't think, to be honest, but important nonetheless. So yeah, so that was it, Tuesday. And after that, Jack and I had planned to do some wedding planning, just because I knew I'd be feeling a bit shit. So we did some of that. We kind of narrowed down the venue that we want to get married at, which is super exciting. Just kind of waiting on confirmation to do like a virtual tour, even though Jack knows a place. And then, yeah, things can start moving along. So anyway, that was that. The rest of the week has just been a bit of a blur. Kind of touching base with clients who are doing really well. Continuing with my own CPD, studying and learning. I'm also putting together something very exciting for beginner bikini competitors. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's nothing huge, but just something that I think will help girls who are looking to compete for the first time. So that's kind of in the pipeline now. And yeah, the rest of the week has just been like studying, learning, and not much more. Yes, I had a super chill day. I woke up, had my breakfast, watched RuPaul's Drag Race US. Then I trained. After training, I had my food, went for steps, came back home, and I was fucking smoked. I was so tired, so I just lay in bed, and yeah, just kind of like slept for half an hour. Was actually in bed for a full hour. Got up. I always cringe when people walk past me or ride past me. Who does she think she is? Some fucking YouTuber. Anyway, so I was just chilling in bed for ages. Had some food, watched the movie Hustlers, which I absolutely loved. I have a crush on J-Lo. Why is she so hot? Oh my god, goals. Hashtag goals. And yeah, just chilled. Jack was out on a walk with his mum and that, so came back later and we just chilled. And that has been it. So I know it's not quite the same, not as elaborate a vlog as it was last week, but I've done my best. It has just been a busy one, and one where like I have very much been in my head, and I suppose it's just like to reflect again that ultimately the people that you follow on Instagram, I know I post a lot on Instagram, but I don't post a huge ton about my like personal life. I did think it was important to just sort of say that, attending your colposcopy appointments was important, because it can be quite scary. I can attest to that. It was terrifying, but it's so much more important to go, like, to overcome that fear. It's actually totally fine, than to sort of wait and who knows. So anyway, I don't have much more to update on, if I'm honest. I feel like my hat, you can buy it on the VW Physique website. Not long till gym's open now, guys. It is the 7th of March today. Tomorrow's International Women's Day, celebrating women at work. In case you didn't know, it's the reason it's celebrated is because on that day, don't ask me how many years ago, a factory full of women working in textiles, I want to say, who were protesting or something like that in the context of work, was burned down on purpose, because that is the world we live in, and we still do. So stand up for women at work. And yeah, like I said, not a hugely elaborate vlog this week, I'm afraid, but next week I'll come back with some funky content. If you would like to see anything specific, let me know, and I will make a point of doing that. Like I said, it's not long until gym's open, not long until things can go back to normal, some degree of normality, fuck, I hope. So there's light in the horizon, and last week felt like spring, but this week is fucking nippy again. So hey, just gotta persevere. Rude calls. So yeah, I'm going to leave this vlog here. Thank you as always for watching, I really appreciate it. And like I say always, if there's anything specific you'd like me to talk about, please let me know. Either comment down below or message me on Instagram if you're watching this on Instagram. And I'll catch you on the next week's vlog. Bye.